The Smith family from Dallas had been dreaming of this for years. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, along with their two kids, Ethan and Lily, had finally booked their dream cruise to the Caribbean. The excitement in their house was electric. Suitcases were sprawled open in every room, a happy jumble of swimsuits, flip-flops, and travel-size sunscreen. Mrs. Smith was carefully folding a new electric heating pad for her back, a must-have for relaxing after a long day of exploring the islands. Ethan was debating with his dad about whether his favorite Bluetooth speaker was more important than his drone for capturing awesome shots of the ship. Little Lily was just thrilled to be packing her giant inflatable unicorn float, dreaming of splashing around in the ship's huge pool. They were the perfect picture of a family on the edge of an unforgettable adventure. Mr. Smith, ever the planner, sat at the kitchen table with his laptop, double-checking their booking details one last time. Just reviewing the cruise line's updated 2025 policies, he called out. Just a formality, guys. But as he scrolled, his cheerful expression slowly began to fade. His brow furrowed. Wait a second, he muttered, leaning closer to the screen. Ethan, you can't bring your speaker, or the drone. And Sarah, he said, glancing at his wife, I don't think that heating pad is allowed either. The room fell silent, the happy packing buzz replaced with a wave of confusion and disappointment. What the Smiths discovered that evening is something that will affect thousands of travelers in 2025. Cruise lines have updated their rules, and many common items we've all grown accustomed to packing are now on the banned list. This isn't to spoil your fun, I promise. These changes are all about keeping everyone safe, comfortable, and ensuring the ship runs smoothly for all its guests. It's a big shift, and it's easy to get caught off guard, just like the Smiths. But don't you worry. Understanding these new rules is the first step to a stress-free holiday. It's about packing smarter, not harder. This guide is here to walk you through exactly what's changed, why it's changed, and what wonderful alternatives you can pack instead. Think of me as your friendly travel companion, here to help you navigate these new waters, so your own dream vacation is everything you hope for and more. We'll turn that moment of packing panic into a feeling of confidence, knowing you have everything you need for a fantastic rule-abiding trip. So let's dive in and make sure your suitcase is filled with nothing but joy, excitement, and cruise-approved essentials for your 2025 adventure. For American cruise travelers, one of the biggest changes coming in 2025 is all about electronics. The new rules from major U.S. cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Carnival focus on fire safety above all else. A cruise ship is basically a floating city, and preventing any kind of fire hazard is the #1 priority. That's why you'll now see a ban on power strips with surge protection, extension cords, and even those multi-outlet adapters we all use at home. These items can easily overload the ship's electrical system, which is different from what you have at home. Overloading circuits can create a real risk of fire, something no one wants on vacation. Even those small USB cubes that multiply your charging ports are now a no-go if they plug directly into the wall. It's a big change, especially for families who travel with lots of gadgets. So, what's the solution for tech-loving travelers? U.S. cruise lines now allow you to bring cruise-approved USB charging hubs. Just make sure they don't have surge protection and don't create extra outlets. Look for a label that says "Cruise Approved" and double-check that it's just for charging phones, tablets, or cameras. This way, you can keep everyone's devices powered up without any worries about safety. Another big category of banned electronics, anything that generates heat, like electric heating pads, curling irons, or electric blankets. While these are super comforting at home, they're seen as a major fire risk on board. The wiring can fail, or the fabric can overheat, and in a ship's contained environment, that's a risk no cruise line will take. That's also why you can't bring your own iron, coffee maker, or other small appliances. U.S. safety standards are strict for a reason, but don't worry, there are great alternatives. For sore muscles, pack disposable heat patches, or a microwavable heat wrap. You can always ask the crew at a cafe or room service to warm up a heat wrap for you. And don't forget, most ship spas offer amazing heat treatments, like hot stone massages for a little extra comfort. It's all about finding new ways to relax while keeping everyone safe and sound at sea. Let's talk about how to stay fresh and comfortable on your cruise, especially if you're heading to sunny destinations like the Caribbean or the Bahamas. If you're like most Americans, you probably toss a few aerosol cans into your bag. Maybe Lysol spray for sanitizing, dry shampoo, or a can of air freshener for your cabin. But starting in 2025, cruise lines are banning all aerosol sprays, no matter the brand. The reason? The propellants in these cans, like those in Lysol or Neutrogena spray sunscreen, are highly flammable. In the event of a fire, these cans can explode and make things much worse for everyone on board. It's a simple rule, but it keeps all passengers and crew safe. The good news? For every banned aerosol, there's a cruise-safe alternative you can find at any Target or Walmart. Instead of Lysol spray, pack a container of Clorox disinfecting wipes or a small bottle of Purell hand sanitizer. These are just as effective and totally safe to bring on board. For your hair, look for non-aerosol dry shampoo powders or foams. Brands like Batiste and Dove make great options. And for sunscreen, switch to a lotion or a pump spray version. Neutrogena and Coppertone both have excellent choices. You'll find these are often better for your skin and the environment too. A small bottle of non-aerosol room spray, like Febreze, can keep your cabin smelling fresh. Now, let's talk about staying cool. Many people love bringing a battery-powered handheld fan, especially for hot days in Florida or the Caribbean. While these seem harmless, cruise lines are now restricting them in public areas like the main theater or nightclubs. The concern isn't fire, but safety. Fast-spinning blades in a dark, crowded lounge could cause an accident. Plus, the noise and breeze can be distracting to other guests trying to enjoy the show. But don't worry, there are plenty of ways to beat the heat. A classic folding hand fan works great and fits right in your bag. Or just grab an iced coffee or a cold drink from one of the ship's many bars and cafes. And if you get too warm during a show, it's perfectly fine to step out for a few minutes to a cooler, air-conditioned part of the ship. On American cruise ships, the pool deck is truly the heart of the action. It's where families gather for sun, fun, and laughter. Classic vacation vibes. If you've scrolled through social media, you've seen those iconic photos. People lounging on giant, colorful pool floats shaped like donuts, flamingos, or even slices of pizza. These oversized inflatables are a staple of American pool parties. But here's the catch. Most U.S. cruise lines now ban these giant floats. As fun as they look, they're on the prohibited list. The main reasons? Safety and space. Lifeguards need a clear view of every swimmer, and these floats can block their line of sight. Plus, a few giant floats can take up the whole pool, leaving little room for anyone else. So, what can you bring for a little floating fun? Most U.S. cruise lines allow small, single-person floats or pool noodles, just nothing oversized. Always check your cruise line's official policy before you pack. Many ships even provide floating mats for guests to use. But honestly, the best way to enjoy the pool is just to dive in and have fun. No giant flamingo required. Swim, relax on a lounger, or dip your feet in. The pool is all yours. Now let's talk about music, another American pool party favorite. Bringing your own Bluetooth speaker to blast your playlist is now a no-go on most U.S. cruise lines. The sound travels easily to other cabins and balconies, which can disturb fellow guests. That's why cruise lines have banned personal speakers in both public and private areas. But don't worry, music lovers. The perfect alternative is a great pair of headphones. You can enjoy your favorite tunes without disturbing anyone around you. It's a win-win. And don't forget, U.S. cruise ships are famous for live music, from poolside bands to piano lounges. Exploring the ship's live music scene is a fantastic way to soak up the festive American cruise atmosphere. One of the best parts of cruising in America is, honestly, the incredible variety of food available 24/7. Think pizza, burgers, and all-you-can-eat buffets. Because U.S. cruise lines have such high standards for food safety and preparation, they have a strict policy against bringing homemade food on board. I know, it can be a letdown if you wanted to bring your famous brownies or grandma's cookies, or maybe some special gluten-free treats from home. But the reason for this ban is to prevent foodborne illnesses. The ship's kitchens are carefully managed to control for allergens and contamination, and bringing in outside food, which hasn't been prepared in that environment, can be a real health risk to you and other guests. The good news? Exploring the ship's dining options is honestly the most fun part. You're on vacation. Enjoy it. From the endless buffet with American classics and international favorites, to elegant main dining rooms and specialty steakhouses, there's truly something for every taste bud. Most U.S. cruise lines are also great about dietary needs. If you have allergies or special requests, just let the cruise line know ahead of time, and the chefs will do their best to make sure you're taken care of. And don't forget, room service is usually available 24 hours a day. Now, in our always connected world, the idea of being without Wi-Fi can feel stressful. Some travelers try to bring their own Wi-Fi hotspots or routers, but these are now strictly banned on U.S. cruise ships. They can interfere with the ship's own communication and navigation systems, which is a serious safety concern. The ship relies on its satellite network for everything from processing payments to navigating the open ocean, and unauthorized signals can disrupt these vital functions. It's a technical rule, but it's critical for everyone's safety. So, the solution is to use the ship's own Wi-Fi services. All major U.S. cruise lines offer Wi-Fi packages that you can purchase for your trip. While it can be an extra cost, the speeds and reliability get better every year. You can pick a package that fits your needs, whether it's just for checking email and social media, or a premium plan for streaming movies. Just think of it as part of your travel budget. Or, you could use this as a chance to unplug and enjoy a digital detox, using your phone only when you're in port, and can connect to local networks. Packing for a cruise from the US is changing, thanks to new rules that affect even the most seasoned travelers. From the latest away and to me bags to clever packing cubes, some of our favorite travel accessories are now under new restrictions. The first big change is about smart luggage, those high-tech suitcases with built-in chargers and GPS tracking. If your smart bag has a non-removable lithium battery, it's now banned from most US cruise lines and airlines. These bags, like the latest models from Away or Samsonite, are super convenient for charging your phone on the go. But if the battery can't be removed, it's a no-go for your cruise or flight. Lithium batteries have caused fires in cargo holds, so the rules are strict for everyone's safety. If you want to bring your smart bag, make sure the battery pops out easily. Otherwise, it'll be left behind at check-in. This isn't just a cruise rule, it's set by the FAA and US Coast Guard, so it applies everywhere. The fix is simple. Choose a smart suitcase with a removable battery, or stick with classic luggage from brands like Samsonite or American Tourister. Add a bright luggage tag and a portable power bank in your carry-on for the same convenience. No rule-breaking required. It's a small change that keeps your trip smooth from the airport to the ship. Now, let's talk about another US packing favorite that's just been banned, the over-the-door organizer. For years, American cruisers have used these to store shoes, toiletries, and snacks in their cabins. But cruise lines are banning them for two big reasons: damage and fire risk. The metal hooks can scratch doors and the fabric is often flammable, plus, they can block emergency exits. But don't worry, there are great US-friendly alternatives for staying organized. Most cruise cabins have metal walls, so magnetic hooks are a game-changer for hanging hats, bags, or jackets. You can also find hanging organizers designed with magnets instead of hooks. Just search Amazon or Target before your trip. Or, bring a few freestanding organizers or packing cubes to keep everything tidy in your closet or drawers. With a little creativity, you'll have a perfectly organized cabin, no banned items needed. If you're cruising from a US port, bringing your own drinks on board can be confusing. For 2025, US cruise lines have set very clear rules. Bringing hard liquor like Jack Daniel's, Tito's Vodka, or Captain Morgan rum is strictly prohibited. If you try to pack these in your luggage, security will confiscate them and return them only after your cruise ends. The rules for wine and champagne are a bit more relaxed but still specific. Most US cruise lines allow each adult aged 21 or older to bring one sealed 750 milliliter bottle of wine or champagne in their carry-on at embarkation. Any extra bottles will be held by the staff until your trip is over. Why these rules? First, it's about responsible alcohol service. Bartenders on board are trained to serve safely and prevent overconsumption. Second, beverage sales help keep cruise fares affordable for everyone. The best alternative? Explore the drink packages or enjoy the many bars and lounges on board. A prepaid beverage package can be a great value if you plan to have a few drinks each day. Now let's talk about medications, a crucial topic for US travelers. Always keep your prescription medications in their original pharmacy-labeled bottles, just like you'd get from CVS or Walgreens. Never pack loose pills or unlabeled containers. Security may confiscate them, and ship doctors need to know exactly what you're taking in an emergency. Always pack your medications in your carry-on bag, not in checked luggage, in case your suitcase is delayed or lost. Bring enough medication for your entire trip, plus a few extra days, just in case. If you need to travel with medical equipment or medicines that require refrigeration, contact your cruise line's special needs department well in advance. They're there to help you make all the necessary arrangements for a safe and healthy journey at sea. We've covered a lot of new cruise rules for American travelers, and I know it might seem like a lot to remember before your next vacation from Miami, Galveston, or Los Angeles. But don't let it overwhelm you or take away from your excitement for that Caribbean or Alaska adventure. These changes, from banning drones and hoverboards to new rules on what you can bring on board, are all about keeping every guest safe and comfortable, whether you're sailing to the Bahamas or Mexico. The goal is always to create the safest, most enjoyable environment possible on your floating resort. Knowing the rules means no surprises at check-in, no delays, and no having to give up your favorite travel items. The single most important tip? Always check your cruise line's official website, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, or whichever you sail, a week or two before you pack. Look for the frequently asked questions or prohibited items list. This is the most accurate and up-to-date source for U.S. travelers. Taking just 10 minutes to read this list can save you hours of stress at the port. It's the final step in your travel planning that will set you up for smooth sailing. Remember, a cruise vacation is about the experience, the beautiful destinations, the incredible food, the dazzling entertainment, and the new friends you'll make. None of the items on the banned list are essential to having a wonderful time at sea. You can still capture amazing photos, enjoy your favorite playlists with headphones, and stay organized with smart packing. The alternatives are easy and available everywhere in the US. Embrace the chance to pack a little differently, and maybe even a little lighter. Focus on the amazing experiences that await you on board and in every port, from Key West to Alaska. Your dream holiday, just like the one the Meta family was planning, is still right there waiting for you. By being an informed and prepared traveler, you ensure that from the moment you step on board, your only job is to relax, explore, and create memories that will last a lifetime. So, pack smart, travel safe, and get ready for an absolutely fantastic adventure on the high seas. And now I'm curious, what banned item on this list surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your packing stories and favorite cruise destinations.